This is an overpowered strategy that nobody is using. So jumping right into it, we're P6, we've got the Frenchman up ahead in P5, and it's quite a high ranked lobby, so we're going to skip on to lap 2. Now in lap 2, the Frenchman doesn't get a great exit off that corner there, so we're going to have a look up the inside. He's not willing to give the position up easily, and he gets his shoulders out. We managed to push our way through, get an alright exit coming down the straight. He's side by side with us, we're going to speed it up a little bit of contact coming into this corner, and he comes back at us and hits the corner of the car. Thankfully the game protected me and not him, and that puts us up into P5 with 2.1 seconds ahead from P4. So skipping on to lap 4, P3, he's out of the game, he's spun, God knows what happened to him, and that actually puts the Spaniard, who's now in P3, a little bit off, and we get a good run on him, and he doesn't make it difficult for us. He backs out, and thankfully that's us done. Up into P3 as we go into the pits on lap 6. Now this is where the strategy is key. Easy into the pits, don't pick up any penalties hitting the wall, put in fresh hard tyres and stop the fuel when it's recommended. Now for me personally, I'm one of those players that plays better when they're not trying to fuel save. So we come out of the pits here in lap 7, the two guys are up ahead, and I totally didn't even realise that P10 was right behind me. So I accidentally leave the door wide open for him. He sneaks his way through, and that's just what happens when you take your eye off the ball for a little bit of seconds. But it's no problem, because as we hit that straight, he overtakes the guy who's now in P9, and I think he's fuel saving. And then this is where the strategy comes into perfection, because I'm on max fuel mode, he's fuel saving, and I can tell that. So as we're coming into this next corner, we're going to try and get a great exit, get a good run on him. We do, he's fuel saving, so it makes our life a little bit easier, and he's not going to make it difficult for us, because two different strategies, there's no point in putting up a fight for that. So that puts us into P9, thankfully, and we have the two guys up ahead. Now what we don't want to do is get caught up in fighting here, so thankfully P7, he now pulls off into the pit. So pitting that one lap earlier gets us out into the clean air as we get a clean run on P6 here. Now this guy did have pace, he was held up a little bit by the Portuguese driver who's just went into the pits, so he manages to hold that position. And we're not going to put up too much of a fight because he goes defensive, so we're just going to hold it round outside and let him have that one. We don't want to get too caught up in fighting, because the power of the strategy is getting as quick a race as possible. So he goes into the pits on the next lap, and as he goes in, another one comes out, and that's us into P4 with a fresh Spaniard up ahead on fresh tyres. So this is key for us. We accidentally tap him there, we go down the inside. It's not really how you want to win races, so I'll actually give the position back to him, and later in the lap, he's actually got a little bit of pace, but later in the lap, coming down the home straight, we get a great run on him, and we're going to tuck into that slipstream, pull onto the inside, go late on the brakes, and that's job done. That's promoted us up into P2. Now later on in this lap, the guy in first bend over, I'm sure that's not his real gamer tag, he's spun, but he actually had phenomenal pace, and I think I had a 4-second gap, and within 2 laps he's managed to close that up. So he goes through. Now I actually do get quite a good run on him, and given that there's quite a gap to the guy behind, I went for it. This is obviously a very tight right-hander, so you have to get the braking zone right, and I totally overcook it, and that's us off onto the grass. Thankfully not a major incident, but that puts us down into P2. He was way off into the distance, and that's how we finished. So we went from P6 to P2 with the ultimate strategy, and I would definitely recommend any of you to do it. So thanks for watching. Hope you're all enjoying Gran Turismo 7, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you're looking for more content, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.